All right, welcome back to another episode, Standing on Sports. Today we're talking about college football week 0, upcoming week 1. Of course, we got some trivia for y'all, and then we're going to break it off with talking about our fantasy teams, talking about what we like about each other's teams, what we dislike about each other's teams, because my team's the best, so I'm definitely gonna be calling out some of y'all stuff on y'all's teams.
We've got just for a little bit of information on that. We just did 2 fantasy drafts this past weekend for leagues that we're in. We're all in together, so it'll be a good time to talk about them.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. All right, going in the college football game. Did you want to talk about week 0 first?
Yeah, let's do week 0.
Okay. There weren't too many. I mean, there really wasn't any big games besides Florida State, Georgia Tech, which, I mean, I think everybody thought was going to be a blowout in the way of Florida State. I mean, the way they ended last season, kind of getting embarrassed by Georgia, you would have thought that they would have, I don't know, come out stronger. They did in the beginning. They looked really good. They had a flawless first drive, got the 2-point conversion, but then after that, it was all Georgia Tech basically.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like some people we all pick Florida State to win or like to make the playoffs. Not saying that they're out of it, but they are a whole new offense. And then multiple people on defense went to the league, and everyone, including myself, thought it would be like a seamless transition, and it wasn't. It was terrible. I saw a stat that DJ, whatever his last name is,
DJU.
yeah, him. He went 12 for 14, but the air time of his pass was negative zero point 0.1 yards.
Oh my!
So he threw
Jeez.
literally short passes the whole game, which I can do that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh gosh! Here's Sean on his QB run again. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I saw that game was the fact that Georgia Tech just won in the trenches, and that was it. Georgia Tech's defensive line and offensive line were winning the entire day. And it was this FSU D line was touted to be really, really good. But for some reason they were just not. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it wasn't clicking. I don't know if it was the rain. I don't know if it was they were in Ireland. Who knows? But this Georgia Tech offensive line just owned them all day. The gaps they had to run through. Joel Haynes, dog, by the way. Just gotta say that.
Dog.
And whoa. Let's say the dogs of the week.
Sorry. I had it.
Right.
Joel Haynes was a monster. He would hit a gap and just run, and he'd be gone. He would cut. He would watch. I don't know. It was just Georgia Tech was just the better team. It was still close. It was. Don't get me wrong. We're making it sound like it was a blowout. It was 24-21.
Mm-hmm.
But Georgia Tech felt in control the entire time.
I think one thing too, though, that we did notice from this. I mean, I've seen some rankings that now have Georgia Tech in the playoffs, winning the ACC and all that, which I think is a little delusional. But
Well, I mean, that's how that works.
Overreaction Monday, baby.
It's literally they want to know.
And it's the only game
they would get that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. But I do think that they are better than. I think that they're going to be one of the top teams in the ACC. Now, are they going to win it? I don't know. I mean, there's still Clemson. I think Florida State, like you were saying, I think they're still good, but they have a lot of changes that people thought were just going to be easier to manage. I mean, also playing in Ireland, I wonder how that kind of affected the players and everything.
Okay,
But
you can't say that because if boys from Atlanta can beat you in Ireland, you must be garbage.
All right.
I don't know. I think Florida State will get their things together because they have the talent on that team. It is a very talented team, but it just didn't look meshed yet. I don't know. And then Haynes King came out absolutely. He came out balling. He came out not great. He started 3 of 10 passing. He was running the ball really well all game. He started 3 of 8 passing. But that was the first half. In the second half, though, that first drive out where I think they scored a touchdown. He went 5 for 5. And it was amazing. He was diving people up, throwing through in just tight gaps. And his big thing was, I believe, last year. The problem was he was turning the ball over. I think it was a lot of interceptions. I don't want to give a number because I can't remember off the top of my head. It was a lot of them. And he came in, he took care of the ball, no turnovers. He did try to throw the game by dropping a snap on the last drive, but they managed to get that back on a I think it was a screenplay. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, so just I don't know, Haynes and Haynes, the duo went kind of crazy this game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think they definitely had the better quarterback that game because I think he's really overhyped because I feel like he's just a well-known name from having bounced around to 3 decently well-known schools between Florida State, Oregon State, and Clemson. But he obviously hasn't really worked at any of them. That's why he's moved so much. So I think he's just a big name that's not that good or not as good as people think he is. But, I mean, on that, are y'all ready to transition into some week 1 games that we got coming up, games to watch?
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, as we said, we've got the big 3 coming up. We've got Clemson, Georgia, USC, LSU, and then Texas A&M, Notre Dame. Do you guys have one in particular that you want to start with?
Let's go Georgia at Clemson.
Yeah, I think that's the best game of the week. I'm actually so excited for that game. Sean, what are your thoughts on the game coming up? Who you got?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of question marks with Clemson. Cade Klubnik's year 2 under what's it's not Lincoln Riley, was it Garrett Riley? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he'll improve, but at the same time, there's not a wide receiver tight end on the roster that, like, I could tell you right now is going to be number 1. And I think that's always been an issue since they had, like, Deshaun Watson on the team. So I would like to think, as like a fan of football, I would like to think they can get a wide receiver 1 this year and look decent. Obviously, I don't want them to win the ACC, but I don't know. There's a lot of question marks with Clemson. Georgia's returning a good chunk of their offense. They got Oscar Delp at tight end, who is going to be wide receiver tight end 1. He's going to go for over 600 yards this year. Probably win like number 1 tight end. Or he's going to be top 5 at least in tight end. I think Georgia's going to win this. Last thing I'll say, I do think Carson Beck is still trash.
Oh,
is he going to be
starting? You can't say all that good stuff and end it off like that.
No, you can't. It's not hard for a quarterback to throw a 5-yard pass and then the tight end or wide receiver run for 50.
Okay. I mean, I honestly disagree. I do think Carson Beck is overrated. Like, the fact that, like, people have him in mock drafts as, like, the number 1 pick, I don't think he's that good. Now, I think he could prove it this year, but I don't think he's as good as, like, it's, like, being said that he is. But no, I have Georgia winning as well because, like you said, I mean, Clemson doesn't really have a number 1 guy. I feel like the best player on offense last year was Will Shipley. He's gone. They obviously don't really do anything in the transfer portal, like the one school who doesn't, and like they're proud of it. So
they lost players. Like if that means anything, they lost players.
Yeah, they lose players too, but they don't get them back. So I think Georgia's definitely on a significant advantage. Obviously, I think Clemson has a chance. They are a good team. They're well coached, but Georgia, and also it's in Atlanta. It's gonna be. I mean, I know Atlanta's close to South Carolina too, where Clemson is, but it's gonna be insanely outnumbered by Georgia fans.
Mm-hmm.
So I think overall, I think Georgia's gonna win, and I think it's gonna be probably a multiple possession game. I might be speaking out of a little bias as well, but that's besides the point.
Yeah. So I don't know. I follow you all. I agree. Georgia's going to win this game. I would put money. I don't actually know what the spread is. I didn't write that down. If anyone has that, it'd be interesting.
I think it's like 12.5.
Okay. But so these 2 teams last season, they both had top 10 defenses. Like that's just it was. I think they were like 8 and 9 in total yards or yards per game or something like that. And that's like in the country. So their defense is not a problem, even though I think Clemson lost Nate Wiggins. I don't even know if Georgia really lost anyone that big. But still, they're going to be able to replenish that. I think the defense are going to be fine. Where the big difference was last season was Clemson was 50th in the nation in offense. Georgia was top 10. And so I think Cade Klubnik now is coming into his second full season. Last season, their offense was lagging behind, and if he's looking to show like any kind of development, he needs to like play better, and the whole offense needs to play better just to like try and move up to get into that echelon of a team like Georgia. And so I think a lot of this is going to be dependent on, does Cade Klubnik develop more in his second full season being here, and is he how's the off season? And so yeah, I think, like I said, Georgia's going to win. It's at Georgia. It's going to be really hard to play in that environment. And so, and just touching on Sean's Carson Beck point, Carson Beck being trash. I think he has an opportunity to like come out this season and prove all of us haters, like I'll include myself in that, I think he's overrated, prove everyone here wrong and start the Heisman run. Like there have been so many people that have done it, where it's like they come out the senior year. They have a stacked roster, but they just for some reason look different than their, like I don't know. The one that comes to mind in my head, anyways, is Joe Burrow. Like I'm not calling Carson Beck Joe Burrow, but he has an opportunity to do something like that's the same, where it's like he comes back this year, has a great roster around him, but he's able to like put it all together and he can do something, and maybe that's when everything will come together and he'll get that Heisman. But if he wants the Heisman, he needs to have a really strong opening day here.
I agree. This game's gonna be like very telling, and like you said, like I mean, even Cade Klubnik's been mentioned as like, I mean, last year he was mentioned as like, okay, this guy's gonna be a top dog. It's gonna be telling for him. Is he actually gonna like come into that form of being that guy for Clemson, or is Clemson gonna have to start looking for another answer at quarterback? And also, like you said, Carson Beck's gonna have to have a big day, because I mean, this is one of the out of conference games. This is a big game for at the end of the year when people are looking at like who's going to be the Heisman. Like this is the game they're going to be looking at, even though it is week one when teams aren't always fully developed. But I'm sure, like honestly, like as an athlete, I don't know if that's something that's on your mind, like the Heisman, or if you just want to win. But I'm sure it's something that's definitely crossed Carson Beck's mind. I mean, Georgia's probably had a Heisman, but I can't. Do you think was it a QB? Actually, let me look that up real quick.
I'm looking.
I know Clemson's never had a Heisman.
Herschel Walker in 82.
Oh. So that'd be their first quarterback Heisman. He'd probably, if he.
Well, and then
I mean, Stetson Bennett.
Frank Sinkwich. I've never heard of him before.
Yeah. What year was that? Like 1800?
42. 1942.
Oh wow, still a long time ago though. But that's gonna be the best game. It starts at noon. You already know what I'm gonna be doing.
I'll be having that on. I'll be having that on at the tailgate. That'll be on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you little college individual.
Hey, watch yourself.
Yeah, we're
all right. Let's go to the next game.
Yeah. Okay. So right. We got.
What you got, Sean?
Let's go Notre Dame, Texas A&M.
Okay.
All right. I'll go first. Do you think I hate Carson Beck? I hate Connor Wegman more. I think.
Who?
Do you do any research for this, or do you just like show up?
No, I just didn't hear the name. I didn't hear the name. Okay, that's okay. Man, bro, you're just a certified hater.
That's what I am. Texas A&M's quarterback. They're ranked yet again top 25. Don't know how. Mm-hmm. They don't have like a star wide receiver or tight end. They have Musa Muhammad, which he is the son of like a Hall of Famer for the Panthers. He's good, but he's been inconsistent.
Shout out.
I think that if they want to do good this year, he has to be the number one. But the issue again is their star running back Reuben Owens is out for the year with an ACL tear. So you have to rely more on the passing game, and I don't think it's a good passing game. You got Notre Dame yet again with an ACC transfer quarterback that they're starting. I do think overall roster-wise they're better. It's also interesting that so Riley Leonard played at Duke last year. Mike Elko coached at Duke, and now they're on opposite sides.
Oh,
so that's interesting.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think Mike Elko is a good coach, for Texas A&M. But I think he needs like a year to recruit a quarterback that's like his guy and get him under the system. So I don't know. I think it will be a close game because it is at Texas A&M. But I do think Notre Dame can win this, and if they do, they don't play another tough game until USC at the end of the year. So
And even then, that's like not even crazy
That's-
tough. I feel like compared to like what other teams are out there.
yeah,
No, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a sneaky close game being at Kyle Field. I mean, A&M they're hard at home on 12th man, but like you said, they've been really disappointing over the last few years. The whole Jimbo Fisher era, that was a massive L. Honestly, I mean they did top stuff in recruiting, but besides that, they really didn't have anything going for them. And he just got fired, right? So I mean, I already know that they lost a lot of their recruits. And honestly, like I'm kind of hype on Notre Dame. I had them as like my 5 seed in the playoff. I think Riley Leonard's going to be good. I think the one thing, like you said, that they are lacking overall is like their overall schedule. But I'm excited to see him in this system. I'm excited to see him back and recovering from that injury because I forget who they were playing, but that was a disgusting injury that he had. So I'm excited for him to be back. And I think Notre Dame's gonna. I mean, obviously there's gonna be upsets, but I don't know. I think Notre Dame's gonna win this one.
Yeah. Once again, I think, funny enough, I was just actually looking. The spread is currently favoring Texas A&M, which just shows just how hard it is to go into College Station and play. Which I don't know. I think with all the factors we've talked about, I'm with you all. I think take Notre Dame. Like you can bet the spread, you can even bet the Notre Dame straight up. I think they're going to take it on that. But one, you talk about Riley Leonard. I think I'm really excited to see him back. He was okay. Don't mess with him wrong. He was Duke last season, right?
yeah.
I remember watching him a couple of times, just like really liking his play, and he looked really good overall there. And I think the other big thing is, as Sean mentioned, Ruben Owens being out with the foot injury. That's the other big thing. Like it's just that was going to be their go-to, but now their guy's out. And literally, I saw headlines the other day where they're now having a DB who is like, oh yeah, I'm open to being an emergency running back if we ever need it. And like that, if they're that desperate at running back and they're going to be that dependent on the passing game that they're actually considering a DB for running back, like,
Dang.
I don't know. It's just I'm a little bit worried for them. This 2.5 line is scary, and I don't know what Vegas knows that we don't know. But
Yeah.
it doesn't really make much sense to me based on everything that based on everything we can see.
Yeah.
And also one thing in general, like with all these games, it's like I feel like week 1, like while it can be telling, at the same exact time, like it also can be like very deceiving. I mean, last year, Florida State and LSU kind of got rolled over week 1. They ended up being a top 15 team at the end of the year. Like they were a good team. Didn't they not? Were they top 15? Were they top 25? I don't know. Anyways, I think.
Yeah, but Florida
Notre-
State still finished 5th, so like they still got rolled.
Yeah, but I mean,
You know,
I thought LSU. But I thought LSU was going to be way worse than they were. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
I don't know. I guess I don't have too much hope in A&M necessarily, but if they do pull this one out against Notre Dame, I don't think it's like too worrying for Notre Dame overall, considering their schedule and
Yeah.
And a new
I think
quarterback.
they're a good team and their new quarterback. So
He still has to take time to adjust in an actual real game.
yeah, that's why overall, like I think it's going to be like a fun game in general to watch. Like I think it's going to be a good one. Also, the tickets for that game are significantly more than any other game on here. They're like $170.
Most of the opening games are freaking terrible. Anyway, moving to USC LSU. How are we feeling?
I'm honestly, my major thing in this game, I want to see USC in a post Caleb Williams era. They have had this man like dominating. Well, yes, I say dominating with no supporting cast. Playing, being quote unquote the generational talent that he is for a couple of years now. And it's time for them to move past that and to see just how much he was actually doing for that team. Like I believe it's going to be Miller Moss starting, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got big shoes to fill. And like we're gonna see, was Caleb Williams making this like hiding the deficiencies in this offense, or which based on a lot of the external stats about like pressure and how often his receivers were open, the routes they were running, like was he hiding a lot of these deficiencies, or was it actually Caleb Williams wasn't that generational? Miller Moss is going to come in and be able to do fine. Like, so I think this is a big year for Lincoln Riley too. Like, I think this is a big year for him. Again, for the same reason, Caleb Williams is gone. Your person that's there, that was just generational, is no longer there to hide for your lacking. So, yeah, I don't have too much about LSU, but I think that was just that's my big thing for this game. I'm really curious to see USC without Caleb Williams.
No, I agree with that. That's equally what I'm curious of as well. I mean, USC was honestly kind of disappointing last year, besides Caleb Williams. But I'm interested. I mean, obviously, people call like Lincoln Riley the QB whisperer. So, can he do it again with this Miller Moss guy that we only got? He played in the bowl game, and I know he looked pretty impressive in that last year. But like you said, like they're always so. I mean, even when Lincoln Riley was on Oklahoma, they had amazing quarterbacks, and their defense was never good. They were always in shootouts, no matter what game they were in, which is why he produced so many Heismans, because they had they had to be playing like catch up every single game, or they had to be matching their opponent. So I think it's going to be interesting for USC. LSU, I think, is a good team. It's interesting. They have a new quarterback, Garrett. I don't know how to say his last name, but I think it'll be interesting to see, honestly, their whole offense, because people are pretty high on their offense overall. But I mean, their two best wide receivers are gone, and they got a brand new QB. So I think it's gonna be a fun game. Just two teams that should be good this year, but like new faces on the team. Seeing who stands out. Sean, what are your thoughts? What are you looking out
I
for?
think USC is in for a rude awakening. You open up against the SEC, their defense didn't improve, the offense got worse because Caleb Williams is gone. You still have Zach Branch, who, like, if they want to do anything this year, has to continue being a multi-purpose wide receiver, running back, return man. He has to. But even after playing like opening against SEC, you play in the Big Ten, which you don't win games in the Big Ten by playing offense. You win it by playing defense. And they still don't have a defense unless something drastic happen. I don't know. But I don't know. I think LSU is going to win probably by at least like 14.
Ooh, wow.
I don't think it's going to be
I'll look at
close.
the spread now.
But I think the only issue with LSU is their quarterback did start at LSU, then he played poorly, lost the job, and now he's like given another chance. So I don't know. It's not the best situation. And like you said, they're also filling the void of losing your two receivers. But Chris Hilton Jr. is expected to be one of the guys to fill that missing piece. I think he can be a top 10 receiver in the country. And if they want to be top 15, he's going to have to be. So I don't know. Week 1 is interesting. There's a lot of question marks for every team. So I feel like LSU is a better team, and I'm still taking them to win by 2 touchdowns, but I could be wrong.
To add some context to that 2 touchdowns, the spread is plus 4.5 for USC. So that you're a little bit off the spread.
Yeah, they score a little bit more points.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. Just wanted to add that. I think like hearing the spread versus what we think is interesting. So.
No, I agree. So Matt, who you have LSU winning? You got USC winning? Who do you think?
I got LSU. I mean, LSU winning, I think, almost for sure. It's a matter of spread or not, I think. I don't know if they'll win by 14, like Sean is saying, because it's at USC.
Yeah.
At USC opening week, that's going to be a pretty rough environment to play in. But
Well, it's not Vegas.
What's in Vegas?
Oh, okay. Maybe not then. Maybe that doesn't matter as much. Okay, yeah, it's going to be LSU by like 7 by a touchdown.
Yeah. I agree. It's definitely, I don't know score or what. I think I could see it being close, but I also see it being a complete blowout. But I do think LSU is going to win either way.
Yeah, I just don't trust
Right.
Lincoln Riley. Honestly, his offenses are okay at best, and then his defense is non-existent. So
I don't know about
Okay.
okay at best.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't know. There was a lot of schematic things I disagreed with what he did while he had Caleb Williams, but we will not go into a schematic deep dive on this episode.
I disagree with his morals.
But
But, you know, we
Okay.
can have a whole
Okay.
20-minute conversation about that. But, yeah.
throwback to last season standing on sports, the life topics.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the Lincoln Riley moral analysis.
Yeah.
Moral
I
analysis.
could
Let's take a
I
deep
could run
dive.
that. Yeah.
That'll be like one whole episode.
Oh gosh,
I could be.
Maybe not. All right. Any other? All right. So those are like the three main games, but I know we're obviously going to be watching some other games. So, what are some of the other games that y'all have on y'all's radar to watch, and why?
I
Yes.
think we have to talk about Miami versus Florida. I think you got two teams from the state of Florida. We all know the recruits that reside in Florida. That's going to be a dogfight. Miami arguably has their best quarterback in the system in probably the past 10 plus years. If they're going to do anything, it's going to be this year with Cam Ward and the Oregon State transfer running back. Defensively, okay, the issue with LSU, or not LSU, move Miami, is they get a lot of talent because when you recruit in Florida, it is easy. When you have millions of dollars to throw at kids, it's even easier. The issue is they can't develop their talent. They've had issues. They bring in 5 stars like no other team, and yet they can't win more than 9 games. I believe this is the year that they win 10 plus, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't.
You nailed it on the head with that one. Like that was a weird saying, but anyways, like Miami is.
I love nailing head. Yeah.
Anyway, pause.
My parents listen to this podcast.
But no, I think, I mean, like you said, I mean, you're in Miami. I mean, I think a lot of recruits go there because it's, well, the University of Miami. You get to be in Miami. There's a lot of distractions. But if there's any year that it's actually gonna that are actually gonna be worth the hype, it's gonna be this year. Now, and I do think they're gonna beat Florida. Because Florida, I forget who they're starting. I forget the name of the guy.
That's the issue for Florida.
Mets,
They're starting Graham Mertz.
Graham
Yeah.
Mertz, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
When the best quarterback is DJ Lagway,
Yeah.
whatever.
And I think they're gonna I could see Miami if Miami rolls over Florida, I could see them starting DJ Lagway over the next week or something, which might be better for Florida in the long run. So no, I like that game. That's definitely gonna be a good game to watch. Where is that? Oh, it's at Florida, and it reminds me of another game that I'm gonna be looking into. Just another Florida team. We just talked about Florida State, but they played Boston College on Monday night. I'm just interested to see. Only game on Monday night, so I'm gonna be watching it. I'm interested to see how they bounce back. Now they play Boston College. I think they will bounce back well. They're at home, but it's gonna be interesting. Is this gonna be a recurring trend that they had against Georgia Tech, or is this just gonna be a week 1 fluke? Because no matter, even though there's a 12-team playoff now and the ACC is restructured, if you lose 2 games, if you go 0-2, I don't see them winning. I don't see them winning the ACC. I don't see them making the playoff. You have to go on a crazy run, or not even a crazy run. It's the ACC. But if you lose those 2 games, you're definitely going to lose more games. So that's going to be interesting. Honestly, all the Florida teams, they got some good games to look out for.
Yeah, I will say it real quick. I'd be scared if it was at Boston College, but it's at Florida State. That atmosphere, top
Boston
10.
College is a new head coach now. Their head coach went to the
Yeah.
Packers DC. I think
But their new head coach is Dave O'Brien, which is like honestly
Could be worse.
one of
Could
the
be worse.
best options you can get.
Yeah, no, especially
Um,
like Boston College. No offense.
Mhm.
You gotta remember,
Boston
this
Yeah.
this is Boston College's week 1, like their actual first game though,
Mhm.
versus of course it's week
Yeah.
2. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. I
We'll
don't think
see.
Florida State will lose this one. They'll get back on track. Then have a bye week. I think they'll be fine. But it is alarming to lose to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
hmm
So I think I don't know. I have a weird one for my game. I've got Virginia Tech at Vanderbilt. Like I think having Vanderbilt at any of these games, weird. Probably never going to happen again.
Yeah.
But I think Virginia Tech is being talked about as like a playoff sleeper, an ACC dark horse. Is a really good team. And I'll start with saying I have no points for Vandy for this game. Almost none. Like I'm sorry, Vandy. Right now, Virginia Tech is favored to win by 14 or 13.5.
That's so low.
Exactly. And so, like, if you're a playoff sleeper, you should be beating Vandy by like 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. It shouldn't be close.
Yeah.
Like, if
Okay.
I don't know. I want Virginia Tech to come out here, like, show that they're real. I want, what is it? They had a receiver last year going in week 2, Ollie Jennings, who looked like a monster in week 1, like five catches, 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. But he has season-ending injury. There we go. And pretty much, I don't know. I'm looking to see like big return for him, and then quarterback Kyron Drones, just looking for big things there. You know,
He's top 5 Heisman candidate.
Woo. Sean's already coming out with the hot Heisman.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
he's a 6'4", 6'5", 240 quarterback.
Mhm. But yeah, I mean, pretty much, I'm just like, if these guys are actually a playoff sleeper, I want to see them come out and dominate Vandy and like make it look like they belong in maybe not the mid tier of the ACC, but in either the mid tier, high tier of SEC, and then high tier of ACC. Like belong with those teams, and then we can talk about putting you in the playoffs. So, and one last thing I have is last season. Like I said, I want to see more from their offense this season. They had a top 20 defense in the country last year, and where I want to see more from their offense. So.
I like that. I like that take. Now I'm personally not going to watch that game, but I'll be paying attention to the. I'll pay attention to the box. I'll pay attention to the box score. I think because, like you said, I mean, if they're like a contender, like people are saying that they are, especially now that we've seen a little bit of the ACC so far. I mean, in a way, it's anybody's conference right now, and now with the new format, where if you win the conference or in the playoffs, like it means so much more to win it. So
it just means more.
It means more.
Yeah.
So yeah, they should easily. Honestly, that's a good bet, taking the over on that.
I feel like that's
like easy
this is
money
what I'm
right
talking
there.
about with the graphic. We had like locks of the week. That's gotta be a lock.
Having Virginia Tech to beat Vandy by more than 13.5.
Well, I meant like, yeah, I'm not saying like they have to be like an upset.
Yeah, no,
That's a
I
lot.
think we can talk about locks of the week in the future, because I think we've had a couple locks today. Like
I'm
I
out for that.
think we said LSU beating USC by more than 4.5. I think
that's just like a ridiculous line, like 4.5.
Yeah, I think so. We locked that, and then we think VT beating Vandy by more than 13.5 is also a lock. So, hey, maybe I'll get some sports betting going this week. We'll see.
Hey, there we go. All right, I think
I
we got
will.
time.
I'll be doing that.
Oh, you gotta send those. Put them on the gram.
Oh yeah, I got it.
I think we got time for maybe 1 or 2 more games. Any specific games?
I feel like we'll just cap it off with one more. We're already at like 34 minutes. And I think we all know what game I want to talk about. We have Thursday night football in Minnesota.
There's no way we're actually talking about this game. No. Anyways, go.
It's a Power 4 matchup.
You know how many of those there are this week?
Honestly, not a lot.
Very good.
We talked about like 80% of them.
Just talk about it.
All right. UNC, Minnesota. There's a ton of questions from North Carolina. They are kind of roll out 2 quarterbacks on Thursday, which doesn't work. So that's going to be fun to watch. But you have Amarion Hampton at running back. So once again, got to rely on him to do anything. The whole offensive line outside the center is new. That's also an issue. New defensive coach. They looked terrible last year. They've looked terrible for the last 5 years. I'm hoping for something different. On the other side, you just have a terrible offense in Minnesota, but they have a new quarterback from New Hampshire. He had 3,500 yards and 29 touchdowns last year. However, now he plays in, Big Ten football, so a little bit different. I wrote down that they have a great running back in Darius Taylor, but it was found out the day that he's injured, and the line shifted from Minnesota winning to North Carolina, so it looks like it's worse than just like a sprain. I don't know what happened, but something happened.
Well, we need you to figure that out.
Yeah, I'll do it later.
Okay.
Anyway, it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I don't think it's gonna be an enjoyable game to watch unless you're a fan. But if you want to bet on football games on a Thursday,
NFL hasn't started yet, so here you go.
yeah. So this is one of the games. Take Hamptons over on running.
Ooh. Okay. Is that another lock, Sean?
I wouldn't put that as a lock. I would not put
Okay.
that. But
So you got UNC?
well, yeah.
I don't pick UNC if they were going against Georgia.
Yeah, probably.
I wish I had some value to add, but
Yeah,
I really
no.
don't. I
No,
don't. So
That's a good
But that's-
transition, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
great
perfect.
transition. Yeah, let's do a little bit of trivia. I think that was a good talk though.
Yeah, that was really
We
good. So
got
a
some
little bit of
locks.
trivia. We're going back to the whittle
It's Weddle time.
as we do.
Let's get wet. Old.
Okay.
Let's do it. All right. Put a guess in. Put someone really good like Bryce Young or something.
Really good like Bryce Young. Yeah, okay, buddy.
Don't put Bryce Young. That literally doesn't do anything.
What?
Okay.
for us.
Okay.
We're gonna go with Jerry Judy.
Okay. Yeah. Do that.
Yeah. Oh,
He's AFC. Wow, that was
See,
really helpful.
Bryce Young would have done better than that.
No, it was
probably
AFC.
would have.
we-
Well, I mean, he's
Bryce
still
Young's understood.
shorter. It's
Actually, yeah, a taller guy, not a wide
taller
receiver.
guy.
Maybe like a tight end in the AFC.
Yeah, that's probably a good guess.
Mark Andrews.
Is he tall?
No.
Wait,
no,
he's
no,
AFC
no.
North.
Yeah.
He's AFC North. Let's do let's get Dalton Kincaid.
No,
I like
he's
that.
younger. He's younger.
Oh, is he? I didn't see older. That's a good call.
Travis Kelce.
I mean,
true.
we'll go to the other end of the spectrum. He's a tight end. He's 6'5". He's younger, and he's not
AFC West or not
So
AFC
AFC
West.
South.
Try Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, Dalton, that's a good one. I don't want to type. Let's go in
Hey,
three.
let's
Let's
man.
go.
Let's
You're
go.
making this too easy.
We did that lickety split. Yeah, let's do the
Yeah.
hard one.
Let's go that hard. Okay, we want an offensive defensive player.
Defense.
Yeah, let's do defense.
Micah Parsons.
Do it.
That'll work.
Yeah, I like that.
We got NFC shorter, so he's probably not on the
And-
lines anywhere.
What's
Like,
on defense?
He knows
Or
off.
That's
not
not
defense. And not
Oh, it could be a
Or-
kicker. If we get
or-
a kicker again, I
If
If it's
swear.
a kicker again, I might actually.
bro,
leave
I
the
hope it's not
podcast.
here. All right, so could be Bryce Young. Now the number is higher than 11.
No,
never mind.
and it's older. It's
Oh.
probably if it might be a
A running back.
Give me it.
I can
Let's
see it.
go like, is DJ more older than? No, it's a lot older than 25. Never mind.
What's
Keenan
up?
Allen. Oh,
running back.
what do you want to
You
go?
said
We
Let's
could
go
go
wide
Keenan.
receiver.
Allen.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
He's older, higher number. Oh, he's shorter than 6'3". I think Keenan Allen's 6'3".
Well, he's gonna be like 6'2".
try like Brandon Cooks.
That's a good guess. I like that.
Hmm.
Wait, who's he on? He's on the Cowboy. No, that's NFC East.
Oh yeah, my bad.
It's literally on the same team.
Oh yeah, my bad.
I'll let Keenan Allen. I'll let Keenan
Yeah, this let it
yeah,
rip.
let's do it.
Allen. Wide receiver. Oh, he's 6'2". Good call, Sean. He's older than 32.
Holy crap!
They should be an old guy. And if Adam Thielen,
NFC South.
Adam Thielen is a good guess. Is it he's 6'2"?
Yeah, he's not 6'2" though.
I don't.
Could be.
Deontay
mean,
Johnson.
I feel like
How old is he?
No,
He's not.
Deontay Johnson's. Yeah,
27.
Deontay Johnson's not
Or
32.
29.
Oh wait, could it be Mike Evans? Mike Evans is
Yeah.
like 6'5" though, right?
Mike Evans tall.
Is
I mean,
he?
we could try it.
Then is
Wait,
it
do we
Godwin?
want Mike Evans or do we want Adam Thielen? I think Adam Thielen.
Let's do Thielen.
He's just not
Bubble.
6'2", I don't think.
What were you saying?
Oh,
what were you saying, Sean?
Yeah, don't
Dude, if
trash
he's
on my
6'2",
Panthers.
then I'm 6'5". I don't care.
Oh yeah, you're taller than Adam Thielen. Yeah, make that make sense. Okay.
Sweet.
I'm
Hey,
not-
that was a good one. We're getting better at this.
Let's
Both
go.
in 3.
No.
So, do we want to do another? Let's do another. Let's do another hard. One more hard, I think.
I'll be down.
Okay, we'll do. Here, I'll refresh the page. Will it play? Where's my
Play
again?
unlimited. Do play
Oh,
unlimited.
yeah, okay. Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna go down to the bottom. See what we get. Oh, Charbonnet. Where was that? I like that name. Where is he? No, where's my? Oh, here he is. Zach Charbonnet. You guys like? He's running back Seahawks, I think.
That's cool.
Sure.
Yeah, enough of that.
6'1". He's probably a defensive back.
Yeah.
Maybe
He's
like,
AFC defensive back. Sneed, L'Jarius Sneed.
I like that. He might
But
be
he's-
like 25 or 20. Oh, he's 27. Oh wow, you got
Defensive
AFC South
back,
DB.
he's-
L'Jarius Sneed's that old? Wow.
Yeah, I didn't think that either.
Hey, look, some of us are nearing 27. Calm down.
So let me think. Okay, defensive back.
So wait, we got
Texans guy.
Oh, Derek-
they got Derek.
Derek Stingley. You know, he's too young. He's too
Yeah,
young.
he's too young.
Mhm.
Wait, so who else is in that?
Honestly,
Jags.
I can't think of a single defensive back on the Jaguars.
Titans.
We just did the Titans, and then what's
Oh,
the
yeah, true.
Colts?
Oh,
Oh,
Zaire.
Oh.
Something. Just type in. Oh, Franklin. What's he? But he's a linebacker.
So he's not the
Okay.
Colts. Okay, I'm letting Derek Stingley right. He's not Houston.
so it's
Okay,
on,
so we have a
it's on the
team.
Jaguars.
Of course, he's
Aw.
on the Jags. Do they have any safeties that they just picked up recently? I thought they got one. Oh, wait,
Yeah,
give
us-
just up to the listeners here. Right now, we have that he is a Jaguar and is a DB who is 6'1".
And he's like 24,
Like
25.
24 or 25, yeah.
So look
The
at
only player I know is Josh Allen.
Dante Fowler's a defensive lineman, right? Not a
Yeah, but he was drafted along like
yeah.
Josh
I
Allen.
don't think I'm gonna get this.
I think of other.
We should have just ended it while we were.
Yeah, while we were ahead. Yeah,
While we were on top.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have no idea.
I don't got it.
This is awkward. All right.
Yeah. We're going through guessing random people until we get to the end because I'm curious if it's a name I should have known or if we should have known. Michael Davis, and then we're going to AJ Finley,
Wait, someone.
Tyson Campbell. Oh, that's a name
Oh,
that I at least I know.
Wait, whose mic is that? Is that mine?
I think that's David's. If you can both hear it, I think we're good now.
yeah. I don't hear it. Wait, what's going on?
No, it's good now.
Okay, we're good.
Oh, sick.
It was doing a little static.
Okay.
All right, let's just go into NFL.
Yeah. We're,
NFL. Let's do
Let's
it.
see. Okay. So we're going to be bringing up our rosters for our leagues. We're going to be starting off. We did 2 leagues. We did a redraft league and we did a dynasty league. So, Sean, would you like to talk about the difference between these two kind of leagues?
Yeah, so a redraft is a league where you redraft.
Wow, that's great,
Yeah.
Sean.
No, so each year you pick a roster and then you just play with that same roster for the year. Obviously, you can add, drop, trade people, whatever you want. But then at the end of the year, you're all done. Dynasty, you're picking for the future. You can either go win now scenario, but you probably are going to be a little screwed for the future. Or you could go plan for the future, have a really young squad, or a mix depending on what you're feeling like doing, you know.
Basically, too, in the dynasty, like your players are gonna have for years to come. Like we could have some of these players for like the next like 10 years until they retire, and then
Or
next
until
year,
we end the dynasty after one season.
that too.
That could happen.
I think it's gonna happen though, and then you can make trades. And then in the future, you draft the rookies and whatnot. But a regular redraft league is basically just the basic one that just changes every single year. So we were in a 10-man league, PPR. So I had the 5th pick. Sean, you had the
ninth
what picks did
pick.
you had the 9th, and Matt, what'd you have?
The 10th pick.
10.
Oh, so y'all were sniping each other.
That's
Yeah,
tough.
we were touching each other's butts. Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Okay, buddy.
So did y'all? Yeah, were there any picks that like y'all were upset the other one got that you wanted?
I gotta look at his roster, Loki.
Yeah, so I know what was it? I think when he picked Sam Laporta, I was looking at Sam Laporta for sure.
Yeah, because that was in the 3rd round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was looking at Sam Laporta. I think I'm still pretty happy with. I think here I'm pulling up the exact draft right now so I can see how picks went. Pick by
Oh, yeah,
pick.
they
I
draft
know. I know when you got Terry McLaurin on your bench, I was about to draft him.
Yeah, no, I was really happy with the Terry McLaurin pick.
No, that's Taylor
David,
McLaurin.
your mic's going again. though.
David, your mic's doing.
I think it's whenever I go on my phone, so I need to stop doing that.
Yeah,
I was gonna look at fantasy on there, but Matt, I'm not gonna lie, you got a good team. I like the Terry McLaurin pick. I think he's gonna become he's gonna be starting on your team. I think eventually.
Yeah.
Possibly.
But who's? Oh, I guess we should also.
DK
It was a 10-person league.
Yeah.
If we want to look at my team first, starting lineup: Kyler Murray, Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, Mark Andrews, Brandon Ayuk, the Browns defense, special teams, and Justin Tucker. And then my bench: Terry McLaurin, Zamir White, and the only other person I think will. Oh, and I have Nick Chubb on there for when he comes back from injury.
You're not gonna talk about Xavier Legette, the Panther.
No, not really. I
I didn't really
have
happen to be here, and I'm just proud of everybody in my team.
I love Xavier. He is so funny.
He's a
But
Panther.
yeah, so I don't know. I love my bench. I think Zamir White has super high upside, and when Nick Chubb gets back, if he's who he normally is, he's gonna somehow have to make his way onto my starting lineup. And I don't.
Oh, don't worry. I might be trading for a running back.
Yeah, we'll get to you, Sean. Don't worry, we'll get to you.
Yeah, for a little context, yeah, Sean, you're I mean, it's funny because you drafted 2 running backs to start last year's draft.
And they were both the worst running backs possible.
They did not pan out, and so now you were too afraid for running backs, so now you just have 2 bad running backs. I'm not gonna lie though. I think James Conner is gonna be good.
James Conner's
I just think he's just gonna get injured. He's gotten injured every single year.
He was healthy last season. He was healthy last season. I'm pretty sure.
Was. I had him.
Oh,
he was injured for at least 4
injured
weeks.
at the start.
The start's not bad.
No, it was halfway through the year. That's why I traded him.
Actually, the start is bad for me.
Yeah,
I don't have a running back.
Hey,
I think
Sean.
The thing now though is that if James Conner gets injured, they drafted the rookie running back from Florida State, Trey Benson.
Yeah.
Where I think he's just going to emerge as their guy because James Conner, this is his contract year. This is his last year. So I think Arizona's plan is probably not to pay him and just hope Trey Benson is their guy. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think once James Conner goes down this year, I think he's kind of out of that RB1 role. But I think while you have him right now in the beginning, I think he's going to be good to start your year. But yeah, no, honestly, it'd probably be wise of you to trade for another running back. I do like you have Ty Chandler, though. I really wanted Ty Chandler. I thought he'd fall to me later, but I think he's a sleeper running back because Aaron Jones, another guy who also gets injured a lot, older, out of his prime. I think Ty Chandler is going to get some reps. He's definitely going to also receive some receiving work, considering they got Sam Darnold. So I think he's a sleeper pick. And I think you honestly probably have some of the better wide receivers, probably the best wide receivers.
Yeah, I'll roll through my my starting lineup real quick, kind of tell y'all what my thought process was. So I got Lamar Jackson, James Conner, Ramondre Stevenson, Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Sam Laporta, Jalen Waddle, Saints defense, and then Brandon Aubrey. And then the bench, the people I really wanted were Ty Chandler and T. Higgins. And I'm now pretty high on Cortland Sutton. I think Bo Nix and Sutton will be. I think Sutton will average at least 5 to 6 catches a game.
Yeah.
I like the Sutton pick too.
Yeah,
I would like
Bo
to
Nix.
hope.
Bo Nix has looked good, like in preseason. Like it's preseason, yeah, but like he has
Yeah.
looked pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, he's been really impressive, way better than I thought he was going to be. I also, Loki, like you have TJ Hawkinson right now.
Yeah,
I don't hate that as like trade bait later on. I mean, he's a good tight end. They're going to have Sam Darnold. I think he's going to be using the tight end a lot, especially when he comes back. If someone's desperate for a tight end and you need that running back, I think that's going to be good for trade bait. I mean, your team. I mean, like I think your team's really good. I think Sam Laporta's going to be really good this year. It's just like the running backs, and Stevenson is kind of a wild card. I think he was like you probably got him in like the 7th round.
I'm looking now.
I got him later. I didn't draft a running back until like
Round 8 is when you got Stevenson.
Okay.
yeah.
And you
I
got,
think I got
wow, your
Connor,
first
then
running back was
Stevenson.
round 7, Sean.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Stay no to running backs.
And you took James Conner over Zamir White. That's even crazier.
I don't think Zamir White will be good.
Oh, that's a bad take.
I think James Conner is low key a safer pick
I
just
think-
because
yeah.
he's more proven. But I do think Zamir White has high upside, and I like high upside.
Yeah.
Like we'll go through my team now. My team's really like I think it was a little bit like risky, but I honestly love my team. I got Jordan Love at QB, Brees Hall, James Cook, Marvin Harrison Jr., Chris Olave, Evan Ingram, Malik Neighbors, Bengals defense, and my boy Matt Gay. And then on my bench, I got Brian Robinson Jr., Amari Cooper, Jonathan Brooks, Xavier Worthy, Brock Bowers, Curtis Samuel. And I don't know, literally he fell till round 14, Marquise Brown. He was not on my radar at all, but he was ranked like 85th, I think. And I got him with like the 140-something pick. So I was like, I have another guy in mind, but I was like, I'm not going to like just
I
pass on a
think
top guy.
I think he's kind of a wide receiver 4.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. Wait, why 4? Who else would he be behind? You think
Well,
Juju now?
I count Kelsey as a wide receiver.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair.
The
I
amount
think-
of reps he gets is basically.
I got a lot of rookies on my team. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. I got your boy Matt Malik Neighbors.
That's sorry, but Daniel Jones is not good. He's good at
I don't think he has to be good. Who else is he going to throw the ball to?
Daniel Bellinger.
Darius. I
Okay, no,
think
Darius. Wait, what do you mean? Our wide receiver room now that
Slayton.
we have Mike Neighbors. Actually, our wide receiver room looks really good.
Darius
Wandale?
Slayton is not that good.
I don't know.
Wandale-
I don't know if looks good is the right word.
Wandale Robinson is great at slot.
Dude, I have
Listen to
Wandale
what you just
Robinson.
said. Look what you just said.
Wandale Robinson is great at slot.
I don't think I had Wandale Robinson on
All
my
right. Well, if
fantasy team
he's
last
great
year.
at slot, if he's great at slot, then you're saying JSN must be like the second coming of God at slot.
Chris
No,
Godwin.
okay. Dable knows how to use his players, even if Daniel Jones can't get them the ball.
They're terrible.
Exactly. That's why Malik Neighbors is going to be like a top.
Yes.
Like, I think. Okay. Yeah, Malik Neighbors is going to be nasty. And I got him in the
Malik
5th round.
Neighbors is going to be one of the most open receivers in the NFL this year, and Daniel Jones is going to miss on him like 80% of the time.
He's not going to be open at all. They're going to double team him because every other player on that team is garbage.
No, okay, this is a debate for another day because I will rant on this. Daniel Jones is the problem with this offense, and I'll rant on this another day.
The
So do you-
problem
do you
is
want the
player
Dante
1
Carson
through
back?
53.
I don't want any of the quarterbacks. I wish we'd taken a quarterback this year that was like any of the top 3, but we weren't in spot to do it because we decided to beat the Eagles the last week. Again, not a rant for today.
That's fair.
Not a rant
No,
for today. I'll go
I-
on this rant later in the season.
I do. I'll go through some like my thought process on my team. I love my team. I mean, okay, I had Brees Hall. I had the 5th pick, which I was honestly like pretty happy with because I feel like the top 6 guys are kind of. I kind of felt like they were all the best guys, and obviously, but I would have been happy with any of them. I wanted a running back first though, because I feel like Brees Hall, Bijan Robinson, and CMC are kind of well above any other running backs. I think Brees Hall has the chance to be RB1. I wanted Bijan more, but the more I look into Brees Hall, I think he's gonna be balling. I think he could be RB1. James Cook also thinks he's gonna be pretty good.
I really like Brees Hall. I think Brees Hall he's probably my second player in this class, maybe 3 now that CeeDee Lamb is signed.
Yeah.
But I think Brees Hall is CMC's number 1 for me, like no matter what.
Oh yeah.
But
If there's no injuries, CMC is like So yeah, he's easily number
So
one.
far above everyone else, it's not close. Like he's literally a receiver that also can play running back. Like he's a receiver and a running back. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But
and he's like an elite at both.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know. So I really like the Brees Hall pick. I think that was like the best way it could have fallen for you. Bijan scared me. I don't know why. I can't believe. I don't know. Bijan scares me because he's not proven at all.
I do agree with you. I was higher on him. Sean, it might have been you who brought it up to me. I forget who it was, but they like just announced a few days ago that Tyler Algier is going to be getting like the goal line carries. So that's like automatically like a lot less touchdowns for Bijan. Well, I think Brees Hall is definitely going to be getting. I think he's going to be an every down back. There's no way he's significantly better than Braylon Allen. Bijan's definitely better than Tyler Algier, but that gap is a lot smaller where the carries are going to be split versus Brees Hall. I think is like the number one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like Brian Robinson Jr., I think I got him in like the 7th round, 8th round. I'm really glad he fell to me. I think.
Yeah, you picked Brian. I was looking at Brian Robinson. I was going to get him that round, I think, if he had made it to me.
Sorry, not really though.
So I got Terry McLaurin anyways. I'm not that pressed.
No, I think I definitely wanted one of the two of those Washington guys.
Mm-hmm.
And the last guy I'll talk about on my team, because I mean, tell them all day, but Chris Olave, he fell to me in the 3rd round, I did like 30 something mock drafts because I was obsessed with this, but he never fell to me, but he fell in this one. I was like, okay, I'll take him. But I've done more research to him, and the Saints recently got a new offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak. He's Gary Kubiak's son, and he was actually the passing game coordinator on the 49ers for like the last like 2 years. So
if
I
he
feel
can
like if
make
there's
Brock
any
Purdy look good, he can make Carr look good.
exactly, and Olave's like now that Michael Thomas isn't there for like 100%, like he's easily the number one guy. So I'm off a lot of it. Like if you look up Olave on like a lot of rankings and whatnot, he's really high. But I wasn't high on him until I have him. I've done some research.
Yeah, no, I think Olave is going to be really good. Marvin Harrison's another risky one. He's going to get so many targets because there's not really outside of Trey McBride. There's not really anyone else in that offense. He's just risky though.
Yeah, it definitely was like. I mean, I have 5 rookies on my team, so I kind of did big risk. High risk, high reward, hopefully.
Yep. I think with this league, at least for my team, I want to touch on one more thing. I guess I didn't mention when I was going over my team. In the spot I was put in, all the receivers are gone, and usually I don't like taking running backs in the first couple of rounds. I'm almost all receiver all the way. However, I was put in a spot where the only players that like made sense to take on the board was to take 2 running backs back to back with pick 10 and 11. So I got Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, who both have I think really good upside for this year. And then looking back, I didn't pick again until like 30. I was still able to get Mike Evans and DK Metcalf, who are 2 number 1 receivers on teams that are like throw first teams. So I think it was. Okay, I know we're not going to call like Geno Smith amazing, but like they're on throw first teams. Mike Evans gets touchdowns. I think it was just interesting to see. I was not expecting to get good receivers this late, and I still even have Brandon Ayuk, who like is also a phenomenal receiver, and Terry McLaurin, who's has potential to be really good. So I'm going to be a lot more open to the 2 running backs in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna take if Sam Laporta wasn't there, I was gonna take Mike Evans as my flex.
Yeah,
but I think
the Laporta potty is like
what a name. I think Mike Evans is. I mean, he's gotten 1,000 yards for the last 10 seasons in a row. I think he's just an easy lock, which I'm surprised he's so low. I guess because he's older, that now people are kind of wary on like whether he is going to replicate that. And then DK, I've had DK like in the last like 2 years on my teams, and like he's always done well. So that's good. And Brandon Ayuk, if they do get a deal done in San Francisco, he's going to be like a huge. Like I think he's going to be. He could be big time for your flex. Could like eventually be like a wide receiver 1 maybe or something.
I think we're too late in the preseason that he's kind of stay with the 49ers. It would have been done by now if.
Yeah, I'm worried that I think all of us probably should be worried a little bit about like picking who we're going to play in that flex spot. because like I feel like all of us have people on our bench. It's like every single week they're gonna vie for playing that flex spot. Like especially
Yeah.
for me, once Nick Chubb comes back, I'm gonna decide between Nick Chubb, Xavier White, Terry McLaurin, and Brandon Ayuk for my flex. Like that's just no.
And
Yeah.
that's the worst too, is like when you start the wrong player. Like when you have a player on your bench that like outscored your starters, that is, and you lose,
Mhm.
that is like the worst feeling.
Yeah. I think I've got one question for David and then one question in general. I guess one comment for David. I'm not as high on James Cook as you are.
Interesting.
I think that offensive line is not good enough to have a good run game. I think he might catch some.
I real quick, I don't think it's about the run game. I think it's about the check down pass to
Yeah,
James
that's right.
Cook.
He will catch a lot of check down passes. PPR is
I
good.
agree. I mean PPR, and also I didn't know this until like, I mean, a lot of these guys, I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't necessarily want James Cook, but he was there. He was the RB12 last year, and that was like when they had Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. So I don't know how well he's going to be, like you said, like running, but I do think he's going to be getting a lot of like target share. Like his percentage, she was like the third. I know the she was like third or fourth in target share last year, and now that Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis are gone, I think it's really only him and Dalton Kincaid that are known. And after that, there's a lot of
Kyrie,
a lot of unknowns at wide receiver. I know they have Curtis. I have Curtis Samuel on my bench. He could emerge as wide receiver one. That's just like they don't know their wide receiver one right now. Where I think James Cook, especially early on, is going to be Josh Allen's going to be pretty dependent on him.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll trade him to you, Sean, if you want him.
Hey, there you go. I have a more general fantasy question. Then we can look at the dynasties real quick. What do you guys feel about drafting defense and kickers early? Like Sean got Brandon Aubrey, who was like the number one kicker. I think you took him way before like any other kickers went.
I took him in the.
Oh, you took actually one pick before me. Never mind, I lied. Because I was going to pick him with that pick. I will say.
Personally, I think it's like not. Honestly, I think it's dumb to take a defense and a kicker like higher than like round 14. My last two picks for my kicker, my defense, because me personally with defense, like unless you get like one of the, I mean, you got the Browns defense, which I know like you drafted a defense decently early on. I'm pretty sure
round 11.
Round 11, okay. Like I just think I can get more value with players at that point for one. But you did get the best defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna lie, in years past, I've gotten defenses higher because you can win games off defense. But at the same time, I think it's so situational where even if you have a really good defense, you might not play them one week because they're playing like a really good offense. Now, a kicker, I feel like is definitely more a place like you're going to have Justin Tucker the whole year, and you're going to start him every game he's available. But I feel like the Browns defense, you might not necessarily start every game.
Yeah, I guess my only response to that is, there's two things. One, it's points above the mean. Like the Browns, I think are going to score 3 points above that average defense every week. Like on average, I think the Browns will get 3 more points than just say some run-of-the-mill average defense. The other thing was in a 10-person league, my team was already getting to the point where I had too many skilled players that I'm like afraid I'm not going to be able to play them. Like that's the other thing where I got to that point where I was like, okay, I have these all filled out of people. Like I think by this point I had already had I had Nick Chubb on my bench, I had Zamir White, I had Terry McLaurin on my bench. All three of them are people who will be like fighting for my flex spot. And I'm like, what more value can I get at this point? Like, who are the players being drafted when I picked the Browns? It was like Chase Brown, Adam Thielen, Jerome Ford, Brock Bowers. Like, do I think any of these players will ever play on my roster? Probably not. That's my mindset.
That's fair. I mean, I also look at it in that way when I'm drafting too, though, as like when I get a player that I think is going to be decent, like all those rookies I kind of got like towards the end. Like I think Jonathan Brooks, I am a Panther fan, but like he was the number one RB. He's gonna be Panthers RB1 when he comes back. I think he could that's just a player that someone else is not going to be able to have.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like even if they never see the light of day on my roster, and also like I love trading. Justin actually sent me some trades today, and they were terrible.
He actually sent trades already.
Yeah, he sent me like a trade for like Breece Hall for like Khalil Shakir.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But hey, so if y'all want to like trade, I know you. Malik Neighbors is your guy, Matt. So if you want,
I don't like trades. You have to give me. You have to like convince me.
My opinion is, I
I'll-
think after round
Fair enough.
11, yeah, the skill gap is just humongous. Like, if you want to look at our rosters, Ty Chandler, Brandon Cook, Josh Downs, Cortland Sutton. I could go without any of them. J.K. Dobbins, Xavier Legette, Cole Kmet, A.D. Mitchell. I could go without them. Brooks, literally everyone except for Bowers and Cooper on your bench, David. I could go without them.
Brian Robinson. Oh, actually, with
Yeah,
or with
Brian
Austin
Robinson
Eckler maybe.
And
With
Worthy.
Austin Eckler maybe. If Eckler gets hurt, Brian
Eckler,
Robinson's gonna be
they said
amazing.
that Eckler is going to be the receiving back still.
Mm.
I also feel like Worthy is going to be. I mean, now they have a speed guy. I think Worthy's going to be really good.
Yeah, we'll see.
He could be, but at the same time, like, you pick Brown as well.
You
Yeah.
what?
So you pick Marquise Brown. So if you want one of them to do well, the other one's going to do bad.
I mean, I only picked him up because he was there in like the 14th round when he was projected to go in like the 10th round or something like that. But yeah, I could see myself dropping him after this week, but he was there.
Mhm.
All right. No, I think that was a good talk with teams. Honestly, I'd be down to every week after fantasy games, like looking how we did, our thoughts maybe.
I'm
We'll
down,
see.
especially since I think I'm playing you week 1, David.
Oh
Yeah,
we
y'all
are
play
playing
week 1 in this, and me and David play week 1 in
Ooh,
the Dynasty.
Hey, let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go. All right. Well, speaking of Dynasty, let's unless y'all have any other final thoughts here, I
let's
think it's a good
let's
time.
get Dynasty. Yeah.
oh, okay, buddy.
This is
So
wild.
we got the dynasty teams up now.
You can tell which one I cropped a lot better.
Nice.
Yeah. So with this, I'm really interested in how this draft went because this is my first ever dynasty league.
Wait, did you get Lamar in both leagues?
Yeah,
No, I
you did.
Kyler in my other league. Sean had Lamar.
Oh wait, y'all
Oh,
switched
yeah,
QBs.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Okay.
I'm like this draft was super. Oh, I have the wrong draft up in my.
Let's just go for our rosters real quick. Just
Yeah,
so.
sounds good. Sean, you
Okay,
go
I'll
first.
go. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not you,
go for
David.
Sean.
Little
Oh,
kid. All right. Let's see.
dude, I'm gonna roll you.
Kyler Murray at quarterback, Travis Etienne and Jalen Warren at running back, CD Lamb, Drake London at wide receivers. Tight end, I got Jake Ferguson. We did 2 flexes instead of a defense. So I have Devontae Smith and JSN as flex. And then Harrison Buckner at kicker. Don't cancel me. The bench, I have Xavier Legette, A.D. Mitchell, David Njoku, Jalen Polt, J.K. Dobbins, Ty Chandler, and the best pick of this draft, Drake May.
Interesting. All right, Matt, you can go.
You can't put a thumbs down when you said you wanted to draft him over having Daniel Jones as your starter.
Oh no, that's what should have happened. But again, beside the point. So yeah, my team. You're gonna be some names from my previous team. If you couldn't tell, I have people I like. Got Lamar Jackson, Devon Achane, Zamir White, gonna be good. Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Kyle Pitts, Nico Collins, Mark Andrews, Evan McPherson, Christian Kirk, Deontay Johnson, Jacoby Myers, Zach Moss, Tyler Algier, Pat Fryermuth, and Justin Herbert. So I don't know, just like briefly talking about my team. I'm really happy with this team. I think for both this year and for years to come. I think everyone I got for the most part, at least in my starting lineup, outside of Mark Andrews, is young. They're like under 28, I think. And so I think they're really, and then even on my bench, Pat Fryermuth, I think, can take over for Mark Andrews at some point. I'm really hoping that Raheem Morris and Zach, I'm blanking on his name, the new offensive coordinator for the Falcons, remember how to use Kyle Pitts. But yeah, so I'm just overall having my team. I tried it. I was not taking people that were over 28. Mark Andrews was too good of a value.
I did not see that you got 2 tight ends actually.
Yeah.
I like your I mean, Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, 2 great young wide receivers.
Mhm.
I do think Devon Achane and Zamir White are like Zamir White I like more, but Devon Achane, like if he's good, he's good. But if he's bad,
there's
I
a
could see it.
potential that both of them are out the league in 2 years.
Yeah,
Yes.
because look, so it's I think it's a high risk, high reward.
So
I think this year's gonna be really good, but we'll see in the future.
I'll comment on that. And the reason I drafted the way I did. I took receivers in the first 2 rounds.
Mhm.
And the reason I did this is because running backs are cycled through so fast. There are rookie running backs every year that are going to start and that you can draft. In
That's
this,
true.
when you like go to redo this dynasty league, there are going to be rookie running backs every year that I can draft to make starters in my team. There are not rookie wide receivers that are going to be number 1 receivers on a team like Garrett Wilson and Justin Jefferson are going to be for 5 years. So I was thinking dynasty wise there.
Okay, that's fair. I actually no, I do agree with that point because I'll go through my team because I kind of did a similar thing, somewhat. I have Dak Prescott, Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Sam Laporta, DJ Moore, DK Metcalf, Jake Bates is the Detroit Lions rookie kicker, Jonathan Brooks on my bench, Jordan Addison, Amari Cooper, Jamison Williams, the GOAT Bryce Young, Rico Dowell, and Ricky Pearsall. And what I was saying, like how I did similar to you, is I got Alvin Kamara like really late. I went Jamar Chase and then Jonathan Taylor because he was the best value there. And then I went all wide receivers and tight end. And I got Alvin Kamara in like the 7th round, I think. Because he's going to be good this year, but I can draft the running back next year. I think Jonathan Brooks, I can plug in in the future as well. He's a rookie. So I'm happy with that team. Dak Prescott's a little older, but my wide receivers, when Tyreek Hill goes down, like retires, because he's 30, he said Miami's the only other team. He wants to pay out this contract and retire. Jalen Waddle is going to be easily a wide receiver 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I have Jamar Chase and Waddle as wide receiver 1s for a long time. Laporta, this team I feel like is like, I mean, it was projected number 1. So I'm gonna say Bryce Young's going to be MVP candidate in the future.
The fact that you have projected number 1 with Bryce Young on your team just is wrong.
Well, if it took into account bench, you know.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I do have. Dak I think is going to be good this year, and I'm okay with, doing other things at QB in the future. But I also don't want to do any of the punishments. Also, that's one thing too. Now I just realized I'm going to be, because Matt, you have Jonathan Taylor in our other league. I'm going to be rooting for Jonathan Taylor in this league and also rooting against him in the other league in the same week. So that's going to be interesting. I hope he goes like mid.
I hope he goes for 50.
I will
me
say,
too, but also me.
I will say this is not the team I wanted.
Yeah, I was going to say. There you go.
Oh yeah, I mean,
this is not a good team. Sam Laporta was on the board, and I chose Drake London because I forgot that there was a tight end tab on the screen.
Dude, I can't believe you fell to me.
To go even worse, by the time I had CeeDee Lamb and Drake London and my tight end, I saw Kyle Pitts, and I was like, I wanted him, but then I was like, I didn't want 2 players from the same team, so I drafted Jake Ferguson, and then I said, oh crap, Jake Ferguson is on the same team as CeeDee Lamb, and then the rest is just terrible. So my goal next year,
with the first pick,
Jake Ferguson gone, Jalen Warren replacing with any of the top 10 running backs coming in. The running back class is stacked, and Warren, Drake. I'm not disappointed with the wide receivers. I do think Drake London, for as long as Kirk Cousins is there, will be good.
I mean, I think your wide receiver core is really good.
I do think it's good as well, especially if Drake London is as good as people say he's going to be this year. But personally, I think he has to prove it. I feel like people are so high on him. Like he was going in like the 3rd.
Well, it's because they don't have any wide receivers on their roster, especially after.
But they have Kyle Pitts and Bijan.
Those aren't wide receivers.
But they're targets.
I feel like you don't need wide receivers when you have them two, almost.
Bijan, I don't know why everyone's like on Bijan's meat. He's not gonna be that good.
Dude, you're gonna be proven wrong. You're sticking with the 2nd pick in this draft, actually.
Yeah, and if I had the 2nd pick, I ain't picking Bijan.
Actually,
no, Bijan went first.
He was first. Yeah, he was first. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, because CMC is like, yeah. Well, because CMC is older.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Who had the 1 pick?
Tyler.
Oh.
I think. Yeah, no, yeah, Sean, that was funny when we were doing the draft live, and I was like, I drafted Sam Laporta like right after you, and you were like, because wait, let's go over what picks. I had the 5th pick again.
I had the
fifth pick of
4th
both.
pick.
I had the 6th
Ah.
pick. We were
Oh,
wait,
back-to-back.
oh,
wait,
wait, I did not
didn't
even
realize
realize
we were
that.
stacked. Yeah.
But yeah, I took him like right after
The
you, Sean.
moment I drafted Drake London, I was like, I looked at the tight end tab and I was like, there's every tight end I could ever want.
Yes,
Was
I'm
right
gonna have
there.
I'm gonna have Sam Laporta for like the next 10 years.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not
See, I
pleased.
got a young core. I'm gonna have like besides Alvin Kamara and Dak, I'm gonna have like these guys for like. I'm DJ Moore with Caleb Williams, DK. DK's only 26, which I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I think Matt, I think you have a good team too. Like you were saying, like they're gonna last. Like Lamar, like I was a little.
Lamar
like
scares me.
I
won't lie.
Yeah.
Lamar scares me long term. That's why I have Justin Herbert.
oh, true. That's fair.
Like that was why I picked up Justin Herbert was there. Let's see what round I got him in.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind drafting Shadir Sanders next.
I got
year.
Justin Herbert in round 16.
Oh wow. Okay. There was another. Actually, wait. I might make a pickup right now. Actually, while we're here, I'm gonna pick up. Actually, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna tell y'all.
Well, I'm not gonna do it right now. Like
I feel like Sean might. You know what I'm saying?
No, we're
Sneaky guy.
recording a podcast. Why would I
yeah,
be?
yeah. Like, come on now, David.
I'm not trying to lose my money.
You're
I mean,
losing
technically we haven't sent our money. So
facts. So, well, is there anything else you guys want to talk about on this?
Oh
front?
wait, never mind. The guy I wanted to already taken. Okay, I was gonna pick up Trevor. I was gonna pick up Trevor Lawrence.
Oh.
But anyways, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, is there anything else we want to talk about Dynasty? Because we covered a lot in like discussing the redraft league.
No, I mean honestly, I think we just hyped up our teams. Maybe like
I didn't really
one of
hype
them.
my team up. But,
Oh, I think David Njoku's gonna be really good for you, Sean. I'll just say that.
yeah, I think he'll be starting over Ferguson
Yeah, I agree.
because he's going to be the second target share in that offense.
Yeah.
I am interested to see Jerome Ford with Chubb out for 4 weeks because Ford's a receiving back as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't even know who has him in our leagues, but he's going to be pretty good for at least 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Is there anything else you guys got?
I think that's all.
I think that's it. All right. Well, that being said, keep standing on sports, y'all.
Have a great day.